Now let's try to put on a worm. Unfortunately, we don't have any maggots. Let's take one of those little red ones. And we'll play along nicely with the red worm there, so that he'll hang around. Now we're going to go right ahead and try to catch our first perch with the worm. Let's try to be careful and quiet. The main thing is to be quiet so we don't scare him off if he's standing there. Oh. We immediately spotted a perch right here. There he is. There are a couple of them over there. They're not big, but they are here, guys. And we're dropping the jig down there right now. Let's try right in front of him, make some noise, so to speak. Ah, damn, they swam away. Apparently, we made a little noise. No, he's still there, still there.
Got it!
He took it right away. Ha ha ha! I just dropped it. Look, he grabbed our jig right away, check it out. Here's a little perch. He definitely swallowed it. Just like a perch, we always swallow the first perch. As soon as we came to the clutch, boom, and the first one flew in. We let it go further there, let it float. We throw it again. Maybe the second one will take it somewhere nearby. We have... There. The second one is swimming, I see. I'm playing with the jig on the bottom. I hit it a couple of times. Times at bottom. Let's try now. Ah. Here we need to cast from the front. I think there will be more from that side. Effectiveness. Now we're going to set up our gear here.
Wow! Come on, to the bottom for sure.
Oops, we touched the bottom. Basically, if there's a perch around, our worm is right under its nose. He grabs it right away so you can catch them.
We cast again.
Now we found the bottom. As usual, we tap the bottom a couple of times. Yes, we've got one. As soon as we cast, we hooked one right away. Yes, this perch hit us like a predator. It took it from below. There it is, hooked from below. So here it is. We can also release it, and let's release the small fish a little. For now, we'll throw them to the side. There will be something bigger, then we'll catch them. Hello everyone. Today we went on an interesting fishing trip. We will fish with winter fishing rods. We will fish with a side nod. So today will be interesting. We're starting a series of, so to speak, winter videos. 0. Yeah, we don't have any. But I really want to start fishing in winter, so we'll show you how to catch it. And on winter setups, you just sit with a side float and a jig. That's exactly what we're going to do today. Let's go. In general, we brought 2 winter rods with us, and we're going to try to catch some perch now. Right from the setup, huh? Yes. You can even feed the fish right now, right here under the setup. You might also get roach and bream, but the perch could come by 2. That little bright spot down there will attract it. If a little one comes, the perch will definitely come too. We're going to feed a little bit right now under the platform. Let's go ahead and feed them, because we've caught the most active perch. And you can sprinkle a little bit in there. Bait. Let's get a little bit of water. And we'll mix the bait. Just a little bit. We'll mix the bait a little bit, as I said. It's nice here, right for us. It will be clearly visible on the bottom. We're feeding just a little bit. We place the bait right in front of us, close to ourselves, so that all the fish come here. Well, here where the perch bit, we'll also throw right into the gap. It immediately starts to cloud up. That's great. We throw it in there. You can see there's a spot of dust there. Great. It's also dusty. You can see how it's sinking in front. It's like a cloud of dust. The bait is on the bottom, and the fish have already come right over. Even the fry are hanging out there. I prepared the jigs and the side float to attach them. This whole thing is for a 6-meter rod. I'm going to cut off the float now and set up the rig with the side float. I just need to choose a jig, something a bit heavier from this set. I'm cutting off my float rig. We don't need it today. We're not going to be greedy while fishing, so I'm setting up the float. The float has two holes, a central one and a side one. Of course, we'll attach it through this side so that we can see the whole action from the side. Let's try putting it on there. A bit stronger. I thread the line here 0, 13. I'm unwinding about 3 meters of line. The rod is 6 meters long. It's not deep here, so it'll be comfortable for me to fish with the jig. I'll choose a heavier one right away. Something that will load, or the float well. We're tying on the jig. I chose a copper-colored jig. Perch seems to like that color. They bite well on it. We're going to set the nets. Let's go. As I'm hooking the worm, look at how many fry have come in to the bait, and you can clearly see. And there, the fry are already swirling around. We got closer, and it got scared. But at the second spot, which is a bit deeper, it's not afraid. They're at the second spot, and the perch is there. The worm, we're hooking the whole worm like this, so that the tip is dangling a bit, but not a small one. Perch responds really well to larger worms here. They're not scared of it. So we've hooked the worm and we're trying to catch some fish. The wind has picked up. Yeah, there are some rare bites. There, by the way, you can even see it on the bottom. Chick laid it out, in my opinion. Yeah, look, wait. Alright, there is one. It just seemed to me that he was nibbling. A nice one. A nice one. I'll put the jig on the nose, in the mouth, from below. Because today they often knocked us down. From below, they were taking it like Xander. Hey, watch out, don't fall asleep. Sometimes if it's still water, he lays the tip down. Is this your very first fishing trip with a rod in your life? And I've never fished before. If it stays still, got it, the tip is up, that means the fish has lifted the jig from the bottom, and it straightens out. It drops right away. That's how I made the stroke. Did you take it off? Take it off. Buddy. Whoa, that's a nice one. Is there a worm left? Yeah, good. Let me hold my mouth, go ahead and film. Are your hands freezing? Yes, it's cold. Outside today for us. Today, it's 2 to 3 degrees warm and windy. He's gone again. Oh, look. Something's nibbling. It's nibbling. It's nibbling. Let's go. Let's drop it to the bottom. Whoa. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Where is he wobbling like that? Yes. There's one. There's a nice little one, well, like this. Up to the palm, but not quite. I knocked off a big worm. The worm is falling off. Let's hook the worm. So, whispering about the telepath. Ah, yes. Darkness. 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 Just the edge. Up to 2 to 3. The edge might be a telepath with the worm. Yeah, right. Like rags like that. Yeah, great. Cast it out. Cast it out there. And for still fishing, well, it's called romchik for still fishing. When you understand that the jig is lying on the bottom. So we don't touch it. This is called still fishing. Any fish can bite on still bait. And perch too. And roach and bream mostly on still bait. Well, it's catching, got it? And for the second one, you're reeling it in hard. Come on, let's go, keep up. Slowly. You're doing it quickly. How you shouldn't play with the science, you let it go to the bottom. How do you understand the bottom? Nod relaxed. You see here, nod, relaxed. Then it starts to tense up, which means you lift it, you take it. So I knocked on the bottom a couple of times in free fall. The jig fell to the bottom. And then you lift it up and go. That's the kind of play. You play, you play, you play. When you play like that quickly, got it. You need to play, Ram. You have to play. Like this. Quickly. But lift your hand slowly. This is how you reel in for perch. So it lies on the bottom, you start to play, and you lift your hand slowly so it goes like this, the jig moves. Like this. Quickly, 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 but the lift was short. You got it. Slow. Play. And slowly lift your hand up. You play, and then you lift your hand up, 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 up. Yeah, slowly. Got it. Then you can do it sharply like this. Hop. Back to the bottom. It fell in free fall. The bait. Got it. Bait, rather. Then you lift it. Like this. Bang, bang. And little by little, you play, 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 play. Almost in place. Just a centimeter or two. You lift it up. This is a stable retrieve for it. Oh, it seems like there was another bite over there. An ox? Or just an illusion? I think it was just an illusion. He seems to be standing there, right? Did you see both? Wait, like a bite. Here it is. Seems like wind, but fish are biting. To understand, what did you decide to bail? Look, he's a nice one. He's a perch. Quietly, and the line, it's thin. Quietly. Quietly. Quiet. Here's a nice one. It's fine. The water is cold. What a beauty. Striped, like... A little bit... Oh, look. Someone's nibbling. It's nibbling. Let's drop it to the bottom. OP. Come on. Rod swaying, tip moving. There's a perch. Yeah, but it's like this. Yeah, the palms, but not quite. I knocked off a big worm. The worm is falling. The leg. Look, there it is. You see it. Look. Let's go. Got it. Right. Got it. Small. Little. Well, it varies. Sometimes they're bigger, sometimes smaller. But they really gulp down the maggot. I think if there were bloodworms, they would bite more actively. Yeah, it's not great on worms. It's really amazing how it bites on worms. So cold that even our worms are huddled together, and the maggots, look, they're all clumped up. It's so dense, it can barely crawl. Yeah, it's just a couple of degrees right now for us. It's really cold. My hands have frozen already. Let's go grab a bite to eat. It's time to have some tea. It's cold. Listen, well, stop it, okay. Let's have a snack. Enough. I get that you really enjoy all this. It's that thrill of catching perch, right? Especially with winter gear. That's cool, but we need to eat. You're probably frozen just like I am. Yeah. Is that so? It's cool. Kirill, well, it's a good one. Perch. Cool gift. Well done. This clutch is good. And next to it I tried a parachute. It doesn't work. Let's go. Any fishing can be addictive. It's interesting, but guys, we need to warm up. Because it's currently 23 degrees and my hands can barely close like this. Yeah, we didn't bring gloves because we thought +8 would be fine. Actually, it turns out that it's quite cold. Today? Cast it with a worm. Let it sit there. For real, and just, roam. You'll place the rod closer, because he will steal it. Wow. We've got contact. It's nice. What could be better than a warm tea in nature? Yeah, take it. This little cup, well, if you don't mind, I'll drink straight from the thermos. Cheers to fishing. there won't be any roach or any other fish there at all, because it's already cold in the holes, and the roach is rolling down. He is such that he roams everywhere there is juicy sushi and short, and he pounces on jigs, and it's cool, also on the side knot. But today, unfortunately, we don't have any bloodworms. I tried to buy them, but no. Perhaps now I have to leave. You all understand. What is the situation? What are the circumstances? Do I need to wash them, or wash them with Ivan? What should I go with? By the way, he called and offered. He was a little ill, so he didn't go with us today. He also wanted to go fishing, or just buy it. Somehow it was much better with bloodworms, because, you see, there is such a moment. The perch comes, looks, but does not take, or you throw it under your nose. He doesn't take it, and then suddenly an active one pops up from the side and grabs it on the worm. Well, if we had maggots, they would all be biting. Seems the fish have arrived. Sneak under. I'm on Bukova. Now I'll try to fish here near you slowly. There are bites. Let's try to drop it from the side once. It's easier to find perch here on the drop-off. Of course, it's better to hold the rod with both hands. It gives you better control. It's better. It gives you better control. So, not with smooth ones. With leaders. Let's try to send it out. The wind has picked up quite a bit. This isn't great, but it's okay. We're casting the jig. It's going further out. We found the bottom. The tip of the rod is starting to bend. A couple of taps on the bottom. And just like that, with a light jig, we're trying to find active perch on the side. A jig and a worm for him. Let it bite. Come here. Come here. Another one indeed. Another little perch, come here. Good job. Such a nice one. Nice one. Share with him the coal on the spot. Good job. We caught some decent ones, guys. Right now we're going to try under the reeds. Gently play with it. Lifting the tip of the rod. Tapping on the bottom. A little bit. There is, oh, how the rod is bending. Quiet perch. So that in moments like these, as it doesn't always seem, the pike doesn't jump out after him when the fish starts splashing. Come here in the grass. He's standing right here at the edge. So, here it is. A handsome one. Right in the grass. We have to pull him out. To choose. I said it's convenient, of course, to play with it using both hands. The only downside is just my hands. They're freezing. Always taking the fish wet. Here, we take and play, 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 play. There's another good one. So I'm getting some really good bites. One after another, practically. Let's go. Come here. You're just flopping around. What a nice one. Look. Here. We've got contact. Now we'll put you in the bucket too. To the others. Over here. Awesome. Fishing with a side float and similar tackle. Light whip rods are the best. 5 to 6 meters. You can use a 7-meter one. And of course the float. The float itself should be adjusted for your jig. The knot should be soft. It shouldn't bend too much under the jig. And of course it shouldn't be too stiff so you can really feel everything well. Each one. So you need to play the whole retrieve like that, and also play it from the other side. There, I knocked a little school out to the right. If you Make those kinds of taps on the bottom. Then wait. And then start moving smoothly with gentle swings. At some point during the rise, it starts to take closer to the surface of the water. Right now there's no bite. I just tapped a little again. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Yes. Yes, come, here. Another little one, come here. Now we're going to... Yeah, where are you going? Wait, don't thrash around. Come here. So this one is like, well, not a little one. It's a decent little perch I caught. What a little one. Nice one. Now I'll try here too, at this spot where I fed the fish. Here we fed the fish, about an hour ago. Let's see if we can catch something. Also add worm. 1. You can have 2, so that they fly like this. Great, basically they bite like this, and so... That's what I tried today, both on 1 and on 2. Well, once you put it through once, you see, it can sometimes run away. If you thread 2 like this in a little accordion style, then when it's like that, the worm stays in place. For sure. Let's try slowly again. Again and again, I moved closer to the reeds. Here, he often bites too. This one is really small. I caught some kind of tiny one. It's tiny, I'll catch one in the jigs. Size in. I'll catch one, like this in the jigs. Even bigger than me playing with you here, if you are so small. Jigging for perch. It's very important here because it might not bite. You should catch it the same way in winter. So we understand that when the jig touches the bottom, it bends the float. And when it hits the bottom, the float straightens up. Bend the float. And when it hits the bottom, the float straightens up. The line is loose, the float isn't bending. We're going to measure the bottom now. I'll show you how to jig for perch by reeling in the extra line. Our jig is on the bottom. We see that our float is dipping. Then we make a few taps. A few more taps at this moment. The perch might bite if it doesn't after the taps. We just start slowly lifting it, playing with it often. We play with the jig and lift it up. It's exactly at one of these moments that we might get a bite. Your task here, when jigging for perch, is to take the following steps. So let's imagine that this jig is on the bottom. And we need to lift it so that it wobbles like this often, but rises smoothly. It should shake while rising. Barely. So why is it called a jig? There's a little bug called a mormish. A larva. A little bug. What is that? And they named the jig after it. This is the creation. A hook with some weight. Basically, it's just a hook with a weight that brings our bait down there. Since we're fishing without a float, we're using the tip of the rod. So the jig makes these movements underwater. Hop. He shifts his body. You can find a video and watch it. Like this, hop, and it rises smoothly and gently. And the fish that live there know what this mormish is, what kind of little larva it is, and they eat it. So your jigging should resemble its movements a bit. Different fish are caught in different ways. For bream, the wiring is like this. That is, the jig should move smoothly and high like this. On the plattevoo, almost in place or slowly too. And perch likes this very frequent wobbling, but it should rise slowly. So you should wobble while gradually lifting your hand. And lift it up, if you're fishing in winter, almost to the very edge. Holes. Today, we also bring it up almost to the surface of the water. You know, it often happens that you don't catch anything, nothing bites, and then you finally get to the top. And the fish thinks, damn, it's going to crawl out, it's going to jump out, and at the last moment it grabs it. It turns out. So today we also had some bites like that. Well, today, mainly what we were catching, we had quite a few bites on still water. That's exactly how it is. When ours is lying on the bottom, it turns out to be a jig with you on the bottom. That's when we had the most bites today. Well, here's the bear jig. There's no worm here. Everything got eaten up. We need to replant. Come on, baby, up. Come on. Let's go. Well, let's play with the jig down like this. Let's play with it. Let's play with it. Come on, come on. Yes, yes, yes. What were you waiting for so long? I was playing around with it. I wanted to take the worm too. I left a small piece. Need to add some pepper and drink it. Where can we put our bucket here to collect the perch? Got some cool ones. Are we collecting perch? Caught something cool that I just recently discovered. Good job. It's not for nothing that you go fishing. The fishing in mind and... Well, come on, fight. Alright. Ugh, I just ran over to you because of your shouting. And the worms, he still has them right here. In his mouth. You really got him, I'll tell you, you hear me. You get your perch yourself. It's awkward for me. Take it. It's your fish, you catch it. Far from the shore or under the shore. Not far, but not here, no. At your feet, there's a miracle, just a bit further, further, further. Good job, Roma. And you can't use something with... Move the side a little there. Punch the mouth, it's good for him. Copper color, God, he loves very well, remember. Copper jig, he always bites on it, both in winter and in summer. Well, that's a nice one. Well, that's it for today. We've already caught some fish, the coverage was good, just like you. I remember... How about you? What's cool? What's cool about it? But in fishing, with a jig, you've never caught a single fish in your life. Never. You fished with a spinning rod and a feeder float. Yeah. Well, I haven't fished with a jig yet. How about you? A short fishing rod. Such a winter one. Look, it's 10 times smaller. Like 50 times smaller than usual. So, how do you like all this? No. Or I just haven't understood it yet. It's cool, it's cool. Okay. In winter, we'll still get you on our pole, and you'll be with them. So everyone around will do it. Make a little chair. You'll look for me to run on it. I'll teach you. Okay, guys. Overall, everything was fine. Today the fish bit, although not very well. But we managed to catch something. Good luck to all of you. Bye. And peace. And goodness to everyone. So, how many did we catch? We fished for a couple of hours. On one layer, but where are you putting them in your hand? Well, come on, count. Well, that will be... That's 80. 8 makurizo, dive in. I'll show you. There's a nice one over there. We have it. Almost on the pole, right? There are some nice ones. Yeah, that's great. What? For laying down at your feet? Right here, yes. That's good. Just wiping your hands. The water is icy.